In this video, you'll learn about overrides in WorldShare circulation. After watching this video, you'll be able to determine when an override may be needed and when override credentials are required, and you'll be able to process an override. We'll discuss how overrides work in a minute, but first we need to talk about why overrides may be necessary. Your library configures circulation policies that control, for example, whether a specific item can be checked out, and if so, what the loan period will be, such as 2 hours, 3 days, 4 weeks, or until the end of the semester. Policies also specify the maximum number of overdue items, or maximum amount of fines, before a patron is blocked from checking out items or placing a hold. Policies are based on branch, shelving location, and material type of the item, as well as patron type, such as faculty, student, or staff. Most of the time you operate within these policies. Sometimes library staff decide to make an exception to a circulation policy. This requires an override. Each username has one or more roles assigned to it, and the ability to override policies depends on the role assigned to your username. When WorldShare circulation prompts for an override, usernames with the role Circulation Admin, Circulation Desk, or Circulation Desk Privacy see a pop-up message with an explanation of the override prompt and an Acknowledge button. If the staff member clicks the Acknowledge button, the transaction proceeds. Usernames with the role Student Worker Circulation, or Student Worker Restricted also see a pop-up message with an explanation of the override prompt, but in order to click the Acknowledge button, a supervisor must enter override credentials. For complete information on roles, go to oc.lc/circulation roles. Let's see some examples of how overrides work. Jeff's username has a Student Worker Circulation role. Jeff scans the patron barcode for Caleb Taylor. Although Jeff can see that Caleb has $65 in outstanding bills and a long overdue item, Jeff scans the item barcode of the book Caleb wants to check out. When he does, an override prompt displays. In this case, Jeff clicks Cancel and explains to the patron that he cannot check out items until he takes care of the outstanding bills. Later, another patron, Diana Mitchell, wants to check out a book from the reference collection. Normally reference books don't circulate, but sometimes exceptions are made at the discretion of the supervisor. In this case, Jeff asks the supervisor, Jessica, whether an exception can be granted. Since the library will be closing for the day in about an hour, Jessica decides to allow the item to be checked out. Jessica enters the override credentials and clicks Acknowledge to complete the checkout. The loan period is determined by the loan policy the library has configured to apply to this shelving location, material type, and patron type with an override. The next day, while Barbara, whose username has a circulation desk role, is working at the circulation desk, a faculty member, Jane Steinbeck, checks out a DVD. The due date reflects the usual 1-week loan period the library has configured for DVDs. When Barbara tells Jane the due date, Jane says she needs to have it longer in order to complete her research for an article she's writing. So Barbara changes the due date. Because this is an exception to the policy, an override prompt displays. Because Barbara's username has a circulation desk role, she clicks Acknowledge to complete the transaction. No override credentials are required. Please visit help.oclc.org for additional training and documentation for WorldShare circulation and contact information for OCLC support in your region.